Alrighty, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ESL One Hamburg 2019. It is the final series and the final game of our final series of the night. Good news, though, 4 more days still to come of live coverage of the Dota 2 tournament, the first ESL One of the brand new season. We're into the draft, as you can see, well into the draft, in fact. So we'll dive right back into it with Purge and BSJ alongside, between Liquid and Gambit. A quick update, actually, on the standings, because it's quite important right now. Liquid have 3 points. Ninjas in Pyjamas have 3 points. Wind and Rain have 3 points. Wow. Gambit Esports have 3 points. And Quincy Crew have 2. It's very, very close at the moment between second all the way down to 6th. Only TNC out front right now on 7. So
that's why TNC went around and they vacuumed up all the points.
They did,
and
literally hoovered every point
struggling to get 4. So
yes.
That's why.
Yes, indeed. What do you make of this draft so far, Brian?
I am seeing a semi-repeat of last game in regards to the damage issues going into the mid-game. You have no BKB piercing damage. Suddenly you pick this Juggernaut 4th that they instantly picked. You have Omni Knight to mitigate damage. You can AoE dispel the Omni Knight ulti
armor.
And the Frost Armor. But I want to be clear, Heavenly Glaze cannot be dispelled. So
why don't you just Yule's the Omni Knight, though? I mean, Cyclone him.
Yeah, what I'm basically saying is I don't feel like they learned anything in terms of what went wrong last game. Have they given away too much already? Yeah, you went for this Coddle Ember. So it was first pick Gambit for Kunkka, and then they responded Coddle Ember, and then they just responded Omni Knight again. And it just seems so much easier for Gambit to execute their draft than it does. We haven't seen much of the beer deliverer.
I gotta say, I'm a big Brewmaster fan. I like playing him. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he's situationally good. I think Cinder Brew, the second skill, is really, really good right now. It's not good against Juggernaut necessarily because he can spin to stop. It's basically like damage over time, right? So between that skill and Clap, you can do a ton of nuke damage in the laning stage. It's just tough that he can set it off. What is it good against, Kevin, in the Gambit lineup? How does it does damage.
It's damage.
That's the main thing. Okay. Yeah, it's a second nuke. So you're an offlane hero that has 2 AoE nukes.
How is it in the lanes right now?
What's Cinder or Brewmaster?
Yeah,
he's good because of Cinder Brew. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because you've got 2 nukes. It does 100 damage with 1 skill point. So by level 3, you're doing like almost 400 AoE magic damage. It's 2 different slows. You can affect creep waves, heroes, that kind of a thing. So if he catches Lich, that guy dies, for example. It's also good for blocking, like you can self-attack people or whatever, but his ultimate will be effective, I think, for a while at least. They can take early fights with it. That'll help a lot. He doesn't have to worry about dying himself, because if they try to X-combo him or start an Omni Slash, he can just split. So I think there's some good things that Liquid gets out of it that'll buy them some early time before Ember's fully online.
How crazy is Nyx for Gambit?
Is that just 4?
Yeah, their last pick's almost certainly a 4, right? You have the Coddle, you have the Ember. They banned out the Grim, which goes really well with the Lich.
Do you want it to basically kill Ember Spirit, essentially?
Yeah, it's just they kind of lack catch, and it's good against pretty much all of the heroes, I'd say, of Team Liquid. It helps burst the Brewmaster.
Like the 4 melee hero lineup?
Yeah. That was like the one concern, but they also don't have too much punish for that. Yeah. I guess you have Coddle, but Jug's so good against Coddle, you just kill the Will-O-Wisp by spinning it.
Yeah, the Jug pick was really good here, I think. It helps against the Brewmaster lane, and also helps a lot against the Coddle.
The thing about Kunkka as a hero that's just so nice, that makes him so broken right now, is that you can build him as this utility, Spirit Vessel, Halberd type hero, or you can just build Radiance and do all of the damage. So as a carry player, I don't feel the need to do as much damage as I can just be good for the game, and that's what Jug is here. I like Dark Willow. Yeah. You needed some catch. The roots are actually super good against Ember now, as opposed to previous patches where he could Remnant or Sleight of Fist out of them.
And it makes any disable weak lineup so much better, because all you need is 1 stun and terrorize, and that's a kill on a lot of big heroes.
They have a decent amount of setup with the Kunkka X now for the Dark Willow, and you also kind of lacked magic damage. Okay, so they go for this Alchemist. It is this game-changing pick. That is a game changer. I actually think that might be the tipping point, because
quick specialty too.
Ooh, okay. I actually like that pick a lot. We've seen a lot of success with Alchemist.
He can dispel himself from some of the Dark Willow disables that are kind of light, so he can cover himself there. There's a lot of burst damage, but there's not like the hugest amount. If he gets like Radiance BKB, he just doesn't die this game unless he gets solo Omni Slashed or something like that. So they just need to create space basically with all of their other heroes, and they should be able to do that. I think that's definitely one thing that Brew is good at. It's just forcing fights. All you need is like Wand, Arcanes, maybe a Phase, maybe a Vlad's, and his team can go engage, do a lot of damage. I think it's decent. I like it.
All right. Has the Alk swayed you one way or the other?
Yeah, it definitely makes me more confident because I know it's something that's going to get stupidly farmed. They can fall back on him. The enemy team, Gambit is lacking damage a bit. Like I know that Liquid is also looking a little bit low in damage, but if you're talking about like Juggernaut and Kunkka, yes, they have X combos and stuff, but it's very like we shot our shot. Hopefully it worked out. And once he gets BKB and a decent amount of HP, he's not going to be easy to burst down really quickly unless they do stuns and to terrorize. And even those are difficult because they don't have like blink initiation stun setups. It's all like X's or torrents or something. So if they get to BKB and decent farm, I think they'll be really good.
All right, good stuff. As always from our panel, we'll hear more from Purge and BSJ after this particular game because it is our final game of the final series of the night. It's all yours, Cap.
That's right, last game of the night here. Team Liquid versus Gambit. Game 2 with Liquid hoping to even out this series by going for a last pick. Alchemist splits, is it a game-winning pick?
It depends.
I feel like you were pretty intimate with the old Alchemist last pick. I still remember Birmingham, you calling it when Misery was still on Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Because Misery was a big fan of the game-changing Alchemist pick.
I think it's really good in certain situations. I think it's really good when you play against a team that needs time to come online. For example, like I think PA Mag, like Jug Mag lineups, I think it does really well against. Because it forces you out of that comfort zone where around that 15 to 20 minute mark, you want to just be chilling and farming, right? Mm-hmm. But Alk comes online so quickly that he doesn't allow you to. He just kind of runs at you before you're able to get like 3 items. Because you need at least like 4 items to fight Alk as a carry. Because he's just going to be 6 slotted before you are.
Does that apply to this Gambit team? Kunkka, Omni Knight, Juggernaut?
I actually think they have a ton of magic damage, but the only issue that I could see with their lineup is they're going to be kind of weak against the timing when he hits BKB.
Yeah.
Is the only thing. Like, once he hits BKB...
Fairy Fire will manage to keep Koifa alive here.
Oh, that kind of ruins his game, though.
Yeah, that's going to ruin Boxy's game as well as he's taking all this damage as he tries to roll on out, but it's not good enough. Dream gets the first blood.
You know, they thought they were going to win that engagement, and now Koifa has like 100 HP. He's got to pop his initial salve that he really wanted to use for mid. They get first blooded, and they lose the rune. Like, everything that could have gone badly in the span of 20 seconds went terribly.
Yeah, that also ruins Boxy's lane because First Blood went on to the Juggernaut, and part of the advantage, like what you're supposed to have on Brewmaster is when he spins on you, you can either like fight him or you can use your Drunken Brawler to get that big boost of movement speed, get a little bit of distance away from him. Mm-hmm. So you won't take the full spin damage. Against a Juggernaut that's going to have faster boots than you and probably faster phase boots than you, that's going to be a problem.
I will say, so something about Gambit is it feels like they always win the first game and they lose the second. I think the second game here, they kind of went a little bit away from the roots. I actually think they lack a little bit of control. And I sort of feel like it should be a free Alk game in theory, as well as a free Ember game. Like, it should be a really hard task to like hold down both those heroes. So what's going to happen is Gambit has to have a really good laning phase start, which they're already off to a pretty good start.
They've got an old, reliable GPK Kunkka.
Dude, he's really impressed me in this tournament.
Yeah.
Feel like he's sort of hit that next level that we were sort of expecting. He's a really talented player. A lot of people have known that from the pub scene alone, that he was going to be quite good.
From the 2 lesser-known cores between Dream and GPK, it definitely feels like GPK solidified himself as, hey, this is a player to watch out for. Dream is still yet to kind of do that. He's had some
I think that Dream, especially with how carry works nowadays, you have to be very stable. You can't be used to that like pub style where you and your teammate Q and he just gives you absolute free farm. Whereas I feel like GPK is, he's acquitted himself very well in this mid lane against almost all competition that I've seen so far.
Fast reaction there. Taiga TPing away almost instantly, and it's just enough to get him back home before Gambit gets their second kill of the game. It looks like Boxy's actually going to even things up as he manages to take advantage of FNG being a bit too far forward after trying to go for that opposing support kill. Bottom lane, Insania gets quite low.
Like, I'm looking at it, how do you stop Brew from getting his ult off in this game?
Oh, yeah. It is incredibly difficult.
Like, they're going to have to layer things perfectly. Because if you X, Brew's probably one of the few characters in the game that don't really care about getting X, right?
Yeah.
Like, he splits and then he re-engages, he throws the Omni up into the air, and all of a sudden it's a 4-on-5 fight.
If they had just like one more stun, this lineup would actually be kind of sick against Brew.
Yeah,
because you have the I always hate playing Brew against Kunkka because I always feel compelled to like, oh shit, I've been X'd. I got an ulti. Am I gonna get chain stun and 100 to 0'd here? Do I have to pop my ultimate right now? And then sometimes it's getting forced out in bad situations. GPK taking a bit of damage here from the rotation from Taiga. But sadly, all they have here is Sinister. They have Torrent, X, Bo2, and then Sinister Gaze. Boxy tries to roll himself away, but again, they have this Juggernaut, which is a sick combination with the Lich, and he has the boot advantage.
This is, so the one thing about every player on Liquid says about Boxy is like, he's either going to get a lot of kills or he's going to get killed a lot. Like, for example, Quickma says he hates playing one-on-one practice against him because he's either, they're just running at each other like level 2. Like, he can't help himself. He has to go for the big outplay. It's like, were you there when, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the qualifiers. Boxy was mid Slardar versus an Alk, and he died level 1 to an Alk with Greevil's Greed.
I did see that, yes.
I've never seen that before in my life.
We did not catch it on camera, but I remember, like, Grant was just like, what? We're all like, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. What just happened?
No shit,
like,
it's not supposed to happen. He has no stun.
You literally cannot die in that matchup.
We actually thought it was impossible, and then all of a sudden...
Well, I mean, that can be a form of praise, right? Boxy, he's able to pull off the impossible.
He just sort of dies.
It's a good tagline for you as a player.
But he has to go for it, you know what I mean? Like, the guy is not a passive mid laner. He's never going to just chill and go 50-50, which is why, sometimes it's nice to have a wild card.
GPK does manage to get his level 6 before Koifa, so he has this pretty decent window because he's actually so far ahead of Koifa that he can really try and pressure him with just Tidebringers and potential boat and torrents. That's why Koifa had to heal up off the shrine.
Man, Koifa's game, that start actually just ruined him.
Yeah.
You can see like how hard it ruined him too.
He's certainly not feeling too good.
18 CS to 41. So this is twice now where GPK, they picked up the Kunkka early enough and he's just dominated.
Another Spirit Vessel game since you're matched up against Alk?
Yeah.
And Radiance or BKB after that?
I almost feel bad.
Let me look at the lineups again. I got to think about this.
And back into the game, Insania had a small issue with his keyboard. All of a sudden, it turned into Russian. So apparently, he just hit the. I don't know what the hotkey is.
Oh, this is rough.
The language, but
Vampire's gonna get both of these big creeps.
Yeah,
this is not a small thing at all. That's like 200 gold.
And GPK is gonna take another one of those alchemist stacks up in the triangle.
Yikes.
Yikes.
This is a big yikes. I don't know why I'm laughing. I should be kind of sad, but it's so funny to me. I don't know why. It's just so unfortunate. Oh, boy.
They're going to go for that aggro. All right, guys. Time to stack up those camps again. Oh, no. Not only are the camps gone, but now Taiga's dead, too. Oh, this just keeps on going from
They
bad
have enabled
to
GPK
to worse.
to have like 2 of the best Kunkka games I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This guy, like, Free Farm does not begin to describe what he's been able to do in these last 2 games. That's 2 games now where Liquid have just given him a stack for free. Not that they can contest it with their heroes or anything. We've talked about, like, in the previous game where, like, Coddle versus... Remember, it was TNC versus Gambit, in fact. Like, Coddle versus these tri-lanes that just decide to aggro you. Like, these big strength heroes, you don't do anything against. Yeah. You just kind of have to watch them farm. In fact, the last time I saw this matchup be okay was actually GPK. He was, if you recall yesterday night, he was Ember versus Kunkka. I can't remember what the game matchup was that we casted. Was it It was Quincy Crew.
Yeah, he was having a super free game.
Yeah,
on the
he did
Ember
fine.
Spirit.
But obviously we can't know how it looks like because Koikfa started level 1 with like 50 HP.
If I remember right, I think Vampire rotated for him a few times, and that's something that Koikfa has not had the luxury. He does manage to get away from that gank attempt from Vampire. The boat's going to come in and try and stun up those 2 pandas, but the Fire Panda staying on top of the Kunkka. That's the one that does all the damage right now, and they have enough control that it just looks like the Kunkka's
Oh, do they though?
The Tidebringer tries to finish off Koikfa, but it's not quite enough damage. Survives on 20 HP. Koikfa. Holy crap, dude. If he had gone back in and just fed himself, that would have been such a
Before
disaster.
the kill,
yeah,
that actually straight up ruins his game. Boxy came mid just to try to enable Koikfa, like 10% more.
Yeah.
And then that ends up happening. Oh, look at this rotation by Dream. Trying to find the Omni Slash. Just barely doesn't get it. If he was able to get on top of the Alk, maybe he gets the kill. As Koikfa or Mickey is really testing his luck there.
Dream just gonna kill the stacked waves so they can put pressure on the safe lane tower. Once again, it feels like Gambit are always making the rotations a little bit faster. Maybe this is just because this is an Alk lineup.
It's an Alk game.
Yeah.
It's an Alk Coddle safe lane. These, you could not have picked a greedier do-nothing dual lane. Like, I'm asking you, try. Tell me a dual lane that can do less in terms of kill potential. You're thinking, aren't you?
Yeah, there's definitely there's some worse lanes out there.
There's some worse, like in terms of like can't kill.
I mean, Alk is probably one of the worst carries because you're not gonna level your stun.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a farming machine.
I guess you could be like Dro Coddle, but even then, you at least you have frost arrows.
Yeah.
And of course, you have to do this against.
Not going to be able to get the batting rune, and quite slowed down between the double slows.
No,
His
he might
Remnant
actually
doesn't get
just
that far
get
away.
chased.
He does have chains though, so he'll be able to get some distance away from that Omni Knight. No fear of a second purification.
And the bow was used too by GPK, but unable to really get anything out of this. And now Liquid just have to buy time. They've restacked up the jungle. Mickey's going to make his way up here, try to get his Radiance online. The timing is quite good. Have I told you the Kyle story of when I played Alk with him?
Yes.
All right.
I would normally say no, so you could say the story, but I think I've heard that one 3 times. The 15-minute Radiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is... Mickey's looking for a better start than that. One good thing is that Gambit just do not seem to be able to take towers very quickly.
No, I think what enabled their lineup was actually the Void.
Yeah.
Like, I think they misunderstood what made it great. It was actually having, like, the Void pressure with Chrono at all times.
Gambit as a 5-man are going to try and take down this mid-tier 1 tower. I like that play. Boxy is going to get Sinister Gazed into the stun. The boat's going to follow it up with the torrent coming in. No, but no, he gets off the ultimate. Now the Primal Split. He will survive, and he will chase away Gambit.
This is what we were talking about with they need one more stun.
Yeah.
Like,
just one.
He's always going to get that off. Even if you Omni Slash there, he's not going to die, and now they've saved the tower. And the worst part about all of this is you know the Alk's farming somewhere.
Yep.
You click towards bottom, He's going to get like a 13-minute Radiance, which, considering the fact that they took so many stacks from him, I think is actually quite a good timing window for him. Let's see if he's got Dota Plus enabled. Did he get the Yeah.
Invest in your future.
Invest in your future.
They're going to go right back to the mid lane because they already used the Primal Split. So Gambit feel like they have nothing to fear when it comes to finishing off this mid tower.
Yeah, and Liquid's just trying to delay, buy as much time as they can for their Alchemist. I mean, Liquid have control problems of their own. Like, hard lockdown, the type of lockdown that they have usually enables Gambit to get their spells off. So what that means is when you have an Alch lineup that lacks that sort of, like, hard initiation, it kind of comes down to... Oh, okay. It comes down to the Alch just 5-manning and being, like, this beast.
Yeah. Do you think you should get like a faster Blink Dagger to solve some of that initiation, or?
Yeah, I could see that definitely working. I think that's probably one of the better ways to do it. But it looks like he's going to straight up just go for the BKB, which is not a bad idea either, considering how much magic damage Gambit puts out.
Yeah.
And let me say, playing Alch against Jug in the early game feels amazing, because you know that Jug can never burst you with his Omni when you pop your Chemical Rage, and you actually out-heal his spin, it feels like.
Yeah. You get the extra little boost in movement speed, too. You're going to have that first armor item pretty quickly after your Radiance.
Yeah, exactly. And your armor isn't like garbage to begin with. You end up getting a Ring of Bassi for that purpose, too.
Yeah.
So you're actually quite a decent hero against Jug. There's a point where the Jug gets like absolutely 6-slotted, and he just wrecks you. But that's like a long time away.
Oh, your farm spin sped up, by the way, from the Chakra Magic. Mickey's able to throw out more acid sprays when he was farming through the jungle.
Yeah, but despite all that, Gambit still hold on to the gold lead, which, as we know, is always a sign that the enemy team is winning. And if you just look at the net worths, it is not good.
I thought you were going to say something about like an Alch lineup or something like that, but no. Team with more net worth is winning.
Team with more net worth is winning.
Yep.
That's why they pay
bigger
me the
number
big bucks.
good.
They're
also up in kills. Another sign that they're winning.
Man.
They're double winning right now.
The math. They've got more towers.
So many maths.
Oh, God. My brain hurts, dude.
I want to give a quick shout out here because I keep on wanting to talk about
Nahas for providing these stats.
Yes. Thank God Nahas is here. He's actually...
he was the one that told me that more gold is better.
Alan actually makes the most out of any of us for his day rate because he both works the event and he's also all of our math tutors on the side. So
yeah, seriously.
Thankfully, all that experience teaching has come to the good of the Dota community. 15-minute bounty runes. Boxy. Who's going to click faster in stream?
Gambit has won that click off, I want to say, like 6 times in a row now.
That is 4 bounty runes.
They've won like every click off this game.
4 is greater than 0. Another sign that Gambit is winning.
Shit, dude, Alan's making me smart as hell. Soon I'll be unstoppable.
I wanted to give a shout out to Shachlo because is Boxy going to be forced to ultimate, or is he?
No, he's going to
There's no stuns.
They have a severe lack of stuns, dude.
I think they're going to be able to control up the Kunkka. The boat's going to come in, making him significantly tankier, as well as FNG with the Frost Shield there. That pretty much means the physical damage doing nothing to him at that point.
Oh boy.
So that's going to be a missed opportunity for a kill. Force some rotations. Maybe Taiga will take advantage of it by taking top.
Both teams literally have like such big control issues.
Yeah.
Like GPK is always going to get his boat off, and conversely, Boxy should always get his ulti off.
Sinister Gaze, give him the vision. They got it.
You heard the noise.
He will.
But it did not matter.
He will fall. What? I thought. What happened to, this squad counting stuns to determine which lineup was better? How could this Liquid team ever lack control?
I don't know. This is probably on me.
You took him away from the stun equation.
Yeah, I'm a fool. Honestly, if they ever struggle throughout the season, just blame me.
Well, I was planning on that anyway.
It's unironically probably my fault. As, yeah, I mean, Gambit are fine. Gambit, in fact, I'd say are winning by a decent-ish margin.
I mean, when you're up in net worth against an Alchemist, that says
they're not just winning; they're up like 2K. That's quite a bit against an Alch. Normally, it's like 400 gold leads that you have because he's so hyperinflated. I mean, the guy is 4,000 net worth ahead of anybody, and they're still down by 2K.
They've stacked so many times for Mickey, and Kunkka actually still has more CS than him by 15. GPK, I don't know how he does it. I'm not sure if his team really stacked for him at all.
Dude, Boy's a beast.
Boy just has some insane farm rotations.
Yeah, Boy is a beast. Like, meanwhile, Quakefa, I mean, he's lucky to finish that Veil at Discord right now.
Into the Brambles, but the Bramble
Let me just
got
say,
caught by a creep.
One more stun. Like, literally one more stun.
To be fair, I don't think you can't get out of that.
Yeah.
If the creep doesn't tank the Bramble for the Ember Sphere.
Yeah, the whole route change.
Yeah. Also, quite disappointed in XS Vampire for not having the new Dark Willow skin.
The Kitty Cat Halloween set?
Yeah.
Weebs rejoice. What is the Twitch mode for them?
But cats aren't inherently weeby. Come on.
What is it? What's the Twitch mode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's pander a
Come
little
on,
bit.
haven't you spent enough time with Rich at this point?
Very true. Honestly, that's on me. I probably knew.
It's like every 10 words from Rich. The 11th one is an ayaya. Or cuties, one or the other. Smoke up from Liquid. It's going to run into Dream. Not really the hero they wanted to run into, because that's exactly why. He's just going to spin up and go straight for the kill onto Insania. Now, the Will-O-Wisp is going to be quickly dealt with, and Insania is going to find himself probably dying here. He's slightly saved by Taiga into the backlines, though. XS Vampire actually just managed to wipe out Koifa with all that damage coming out from the Bedlam, and now Boxy's left in no man's land here with an ultimate ready to go, but he knows he's not going to do anything with it.
He should die.
Might just be better just to die.
Yeah. That kind of team fight, I'm not really sure what the upside was for them. Their Alch wasn't able to really get to that backline. The Willow controls up the Ember Spirit, and Liquid take another sloppy fight. They weren't able to get their Brewmaster into the middle of things either.
You could see on that list of abilities, there was only Chemical Rage that was popped by Liquid.
Liquid actually just didn't press spells.
No buttons were pressed at all.
They have like everything up. Oh, all right.
Well, it does mean they can fight maybe right away. Dark Willow going to be caught in the act of warding. Tries to go for a sneaky little hiding place there, but the third kill there for... Ooh, we're going to watch that fight in fast. Remix. Koifa jumping out. Mickey jumping in with the unstable concoction, but there is going to be the save from the Omni Knight. So all that physical damage, odd for not, they are going to be able to get the chainstone onto this Alchemist.
He's
Look
just
how
dead.
fast
He did not
died.
pop BKB.
Yeah.
He didn't
took
pop BKB.
the full swing of magic damage.
And now this Ember's dead too.
A lot of physical damage from GPK, and Koifa is going to die as well because he's out of remnant charges.
Jeez Louise.
I don't really know what to say about Liquid right now.
They've lost every single bounty rune click off. And I mean, they went for the Mad Scramble because it's so big for Alchemist lineups.
Sure.
But they just were so unprepared. It feels like this team just isn't ready to take 5-on-5 fights.
Yeah, Gambit is really not giving them a whole lot of room to breathe. But still, at the same time, like, Liquid eventually has to get all right, we're going to start this fight by casting this stun. Boxy's going to activate his ultimate. Like, you've got the ultimate team fight winning hero in Brewmaster.
Yeah, the entire reason you picked this is theoretically it's supposed to be very good against the Omni Knight, but once again, it feels like
Okay,
Shotchlo's having a free game.
Burst down Shotchlo as quick as possible, but again, the Lich is protecting him a lot. And oh, beautiful Terrorize with the Chain Frost over the top. See if that bounces back to BKB, but no, he activates his BKB, and he's going to go for that Lich kill. Taiga's going to die to the Omni Slash on the left-hand side, unless Boxy actually helps tank it up. Taiga getting into the trees. Even if he dies here, it's a lot of wasted time for Dream, who now has to use the rest of that spin to get out of here, because Boxy's already used his ultimate. He's tornadoed up Shotchlo's Omni Knight. They're going to turn back for him at some point in time, but GPK wants to be able to fight this one. Lewis is out, but they get a stun onto the Juggernaut. They're trying to deal with this Wisp Ball, and finally it does go down, but Mickey, he does not have the Chemical Rage anymore. He's not feeling great about the fight, but maybe he can finally finish off this one support. The Radiance Burn is going to be able to take him out. The Torrent lands on him as well, but no damage, not enough anyway, out from GPK. Meanwhile, Koifa, no Remnant up, phase booting, trying to get away.
He's out of mana
for the
because of
Omni
this.
Knight. Mickey, he wants to be able to jump in, but not in time to save his allies, so instead he jumps away and out. A 4th and 5th kill for Team Liquid, but not really a great team fight, I would say.
No, it was not. Taiga getting out of position there from the get-go. You notice how hard it is for Gambit supports to be caught out, whereas Liquid's supports always consistently feel like they're getting caught out of position.
Yeah.
Like getting that Lich kill was a struggle for Mickey. Whereas the Coddle and the Rubik right now feel pretty free.
Yeah,
for
honestly,
Gambit.
Taiga should have instantly died in that fight. He just got a little lucky from the Omni Slash. This combination of Omni Knight plus Lich, having like 2 different saves on, then combine another one. You've actually got the Coco's Rum from the Kunkka. So you've got a third, you know, kind of save, something to be able to slow down damage. Feels like everybody from Gambit is always getting off their plethora of abilities. All their skills are being cast at least once in a team fight.
Yeah, and now Dream, I mean, he's so strong. It's so hard for them to fight into him, and this Ember Spirit is more like a support than anything. He has less net worth than the Brewmaster, who hasn't had a good time either. He's been almost tripled in net worth by this Kunkka. Like, this was their answer to the Kunkka, which was so successful last game.
Do you ever have to worry about late game? If you're Gambit in this position, where at 23 minutes against an Alk, you're actually up in net worth by a large amount.
Unless they massively mess up a fight, and it doesn't look like Liquid is going to get a good opportunity for a fight here either. This is going to be, again, on one of the supports. They're going to lose him off the bat. He's going to be forced to pop the Will-O-Wisp, but
the Brambles does land on him. Boxy trying to go for that back line. The Dark Will protecting himself with the Shadow Realm, does manage to get off the Terrorize, and Boxy's going to be chainsawned here, but the Omni Slash bounce away from Boxy and then back into him again, but he finally does manage to get it off. Taiga, what a steal from him. Does manage to get the Omni Knight ultimate. That will slow down a lot of damage. It looks like finally Liquid will win a fight here, convincingly too. They've already killed the Dark Willow. GPK is very likely to die here, surely. Surely he will, right, Koifa? He needs the mana that's going to be given to him by Insania. Can anybody catch up to GPK? They cannot, so they have to turn for the other heroes here. Maybe it's Dream who's going to die? No, I don't think they have the control for him. Another round of Unstable Concoction stopped as the spin away. Dream TP's out right in front of all of Liquid. Finally, they do get a core kill, but it was the 3rd one on their list. They wanted the Kunkka or the Juggernaut way more than this off-lane Omni Knight.
yeah, they just don't have that kind of control for the Jug is the problem. Jug always has the ability to spin TP in this game and get away scot-free. They are finally going to get some bounty runes.
Wow, that's definitely the, maybe that's the biggest win of all.
Every bounty rune they get is like a 1k difference.
Yeah. It's an out for you. Okay, Mickey, you didn't even stay on top of the Dark Willow for that AoE stun with a Glimmer Cape.
Oh boy, they're not even going to get Vampire.
Oh, bother.
He's actually just completely free. No problem for him.
Well, you now have, I think Boxy just picked up
Blink Dagger?
Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
So he's got that on top of his pipe. But old Koifa here is still sitting in. Oh boy. Phase Boots, Veil, BKB. He's trying to go for it, but it's a ways away.
Oh, mid lane? Boxy?
No damage.
Does he not have
disable. I think he assumed that somebody had put damage on Boxy.
I see.
You know, it's always one of those weird things where you have a damage list disable, you don't really think about the fact that he's just going to be able to blink away.
Koifa gonna exit bottom lane. He's kind of recovering. Like 2 seconds ago, he had a third of the net worth of Kunkka. Now he's got about half. But Liquid's...
He may have a catch-up mechanism and maybe an Aghanims being given to him at some point.
Yeah, but this Alk has his own problems. Like, he needs so many items to make this work.
Meanwhile, Gambit, AC on the Kunkka, level 21. So he just hit that big 20 strength. That is pretty big. These Tidebringers are doing a lot of damage. He already had the plus 28 strength from Heavenly Grace when it's used on him for extra damage. Now, an extra 20 strength off of his level 20 talent. And we're talking about big burst. That's 340 damage that's going to be coming in. They're going to lead off a long-range disables to initiate onto Boxy, but being a Rubik against an Omni Knight always feels good. You're going to get something, and here it's Heavenly Grace. 20% magic resistance now for the Brewmaster, so bursting him down just became harder and harder. Every bit of HP that he gets, any item that gives him strength, it's just going to be amplified by the severe amount of magic resistance he has between a talent and a pipe and a bracer. Smoke up, still have not been able to take this mid tower. They're gonna try and go for the blink. Unstable concoction, disable, but Dream's too fast. And now you've just stunned yourself underneath the tier 1 tower. The Terrorize held off to be able to chain stun onto the Elk. They need to be able to save him from this Omni Slash, and they do manage to get the Omni Slash off of him, but Mickey is still quite low. He activates his BKB and he's fast enough. Looks like he might be able to get away. Dream's trying to slow down Koifa, but Koifa kites him back. They've only lost their Rubik so far, but it looks like Boxy is probably gonna die as well here. I doubt he is going to have an opportunity to use his Primal Split, nor would he really want to. And winning fight,
go Roche.
Just in the mid lane, it is an obvious Roshan play from here.
And this Omni Knight looks so good against Liquid's lineup. This Omni Kunkka combo.
Yeah.
They're just not really popping the Brew Split. So Omni gets a free fight every single time.
Unstable concoction trying to go for the fast kill onto Lich, but they don't have the vision again. Okay, now they do. Insania, he learned his lesson from last time.
He's committing to this.
Can they actually do something inside of that pit? The Roshan's getting lower and lower. Here comes the boat. That's almost enough to finish him off. The jump in for Koifa. Can they grab it? Aegis snatched up by Dream. They managed to get the Roshan kill as well as the Aegis. That's what they came for. Now they have to get out, though, as they're going to have to leave their support Dark Will behind to the threat of Mickey. There's just too much damage being used here. Boxy, he wants more, though. They've already committed so much and only get these 2 supports. That's not good enough. So now they've found the Tornado onto Dream, but a Juggernaut with an Aegis, that is not a hero that you can
I'd like them to
afford
defend
to fight
this.
into.
I'd like Gambit to defend this. There's no chemical rage up.
Well, they're going to buy back on the Dark Will. They're not just going to defend this. They're going to make a good fight out of it, it looks like, as they do manage to get the Ensnare onto the Ember Spirit. The full control. They took out all of his mana. He couldn't even jump away as the root fell out.
And that's Liquid feeling rushed because they didn't get anything out of that engagement.
Oh, is Boxy dead as well? The Diffusal Blade's slowing him down. Fortunately, that little bit of boost comes out from the Drunken Brawler. Mickey's actually going back in here. He tries to go for shot slow with the Bedlam stolen by Taiga. It's close until the Terrorize comes in.
And the boat's going to land right on top of them.
Land on both of them as well. The Will-O-Wisp controlling up 3, though. Shot slow gets bashed just the perfect time. Can they finish him off? He has his ultimate, but no. He doesn't get it off in time. Boxy is going to be trade-off offlane for offlane, but Mickey is low, and he needs to get away from this. X marks the spot. Taiga dies. He can't help out Mickey anymore. Mickey can't save himself either. Gambit will make a good trade out of that. Can't believe Liquid tried to go for that kill on the Omni Knight. It cost them so much. Not just some deaths, but a buyback on the Rubik as well, and maybe even a tier 3. That was the cost for trying to take that engagement right there.
I think they're just they were too hesitant to use their ultis.
Yules into the brambles, into the boat. BKB activated by Koifa, but he just lacks damage. He is nothing. It is absolutely pitiful. 1 how little he does to this Gambit team. They're just going to ignore him, finish up the full lane of Barracks mid.
He feels like he has to get BKB in a game like this so he can get to the back line.
Yep.
But he doesn't burst the Willow or the Lich. I mean, there's a Glimmer Cape on the Willow. She's got a Yule's on top of that.
This is a play where Mickey went back in, maybe because of the call from Taiga that he had Bedlam stolen, but Excess Vampire just has had beautiful terrorizes. Just that little bit of time allows Shotchiller to survive a little longer. You saw him try to activate that Guardian Angel there, but didn't get it off. If he did, they would have all survived there, and Liquid would have gotten close to being wiped in that engagement. A 12,000 net worth lead for Gambit now against an Alchemist.
These kinds of losses always feel the worst because you essentially went back to the drawing table and were like, yeah, that was fine. You were given essentially 2 different lineups to play against the same lineup.
Yeah. And you also had like the last pick gotcha hero and Alk.
We've got pretty good chemistry.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that, Mickey, because right now, chemistry's just not on point for Team Liquid. Gambit, though.
Gambit's looking like fire.
They're oozing chemistry out of their pores right now as they just squad up to the top lane. They've already taken the mid lane of Barracks. They're just going to go for 2. They know Liquid is loath to fight them, and they're just not going to give Liquid any space to breathe, any room for them to be able to farm up buybacks or get an Aghanim Scepter out from that Alchemist. He's going to lead off the initiation here with his Blink Dagger. Once again, trying to go for that Omni Knight, but here comes the boat immediately from GPK, making sure that the Omni Knight's going to be a lot tankier. Insania's going to be bursted down by the Omni Slash. He's immediately going to buy back, so that is one ultimate down, but Mickey, his Chemical Rage is going to run out soon. Boxy cannot afford to be bursted down here. He's been stunned up. The torrent's going to follow that as well, and just enough. The Brewmaster dies without getting off his Primal Split once again. Mickey, his BKB's running out. He just can't seem to do any damage. And without him doing damage, you know this Ember Spirits, he's not doing jack squat in team fights. That is a 2-0 victory for Gambit. Again, they started off yesterday going 1-1. But fortunately for today, they do manage to get a full victory against the Liquid squad.
And that was seriously an absolute stomp. From the get-go, the way that the initial rune fights went, the like 6 fights they took after that on top of the runes, they were just never able to get any of the bounties. Gambit did such a good job of curtailing them wherever they went.
Mm-hmm. Very impressive. Meanwhile, Liquid, they've got some work to do. I mean, this group of theirs is very close. So they've gone 1-1-1 now with only 3 points. They could very easily be fighting for their lives in that bottom 2 area, depending on how Quincy Crew does, as well as Wind and Rain. Wind and Rain, who have managed to tie out against every single team in their group, which is rather surprising. I'm not sure if I expected that team to be able to pull that off, but well done by them. Group B gets more and more interesting as we move forward. We'll see the climax of that tomorrow, but the climax of this broadcast, well, that's with Paul, BSJ, and Birch.
Thank you very much, gents in the commentary booth, of course, for the last